Welcome to the newest edition of Blackhawks Hockey Central. I'm Joe Vitali, and that is Skokes. Today we're going to be talking to you about the press conference at the Fifth Third Arena, Blackhawks practice facility, where all of the 2023 draft prospects were, and took some questions from reporters, the hard-hitting reporters, and some fans. Skokes, he was on it. He was watching the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a rundown. How'd it go?
Yeah, man. So, actually, they flew back 6 players out of the 11. So, not bad, because I wasn't really expecting the entire class, because
That's a lot of kids, and
it's a lot of kids, a lot of traveling,
they didn't
But
even have a picture of the seventh rounder, so
right,
they're
right,
not going to fly him out on the PJ.
exactly. And with the kids from Czechia and the player from Russia. There might be like a hold on traveling out of that draft from Nashville, maybe
Sure.
they just couldn't get over here. Yeah, but 6 guys, obviously Connor Bedard, Oliver Moore, Adam Gajan, the goalie, Martin Misiak, Nick Lardis, and Oscarsson from Sweden, the
Nice.
6th round pick. Yeah, so yeah, 6 guys they brought over. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they fired off a few questions at Connor starting out. They went right to him, man. They're just asking him like, "Hey, how you prepared? I mean, you're gonna be a superstar, major market city, right?" Uh, he sounds like Kaner, man. He's really blocking out the noise. He was saying just gotta focus on myself, focus on my teammates. Just keep training, man. Just focus on your game, and then everything's gonna follow from there. He's super level headed, man. Just
Yeah,
it's impressive.
I've been hearing all like the podcasters and stuff are just talking about how mature and how
Hmm.
grown and just eloquent he is when he's speaking. So, love to see that from the captain of the Regina Pats.
Exactly, man. Yeah. So he had about 75% of the questions. So thankfully that they got some questions out to the other guys. They asked Bedard still, if anyone reached out when he got drafted. Sidney Crosby reached out, which I think we found out the day he was drafted that Crosby reached out to him.
Oh, nice.
Right. And surprisingly, Patrick Kane reached out. Just congratulating him. I don't know what he's saying, but
And what first overall to first overall,
right. Yeah, that's good, man. I really wasn't expecting him to reach out to him. Since he's kind of moved on from here, but that's a good move on Kaner's part, also.
Yeah, good to see the alumni. Well, alumni.
Yeah, Blackhawk legend now.
Yeah, right. Blackhawk Light. Oh man, that's so weird.
Yeah,
I can't
he's
believe he's not on the Hawks anymore.
just a Hawks legend right now.
Yeah.
Adam Gajan, man, from Slovakia, the goalie. He seems pretty funny, man. When he's answering his questions, he's just um, answering like his underdog journey, right?
Mm.
To the World Juniors, because he showed up during the World Juniors, and he had one quote. It was like, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to be here, but
Oh,
the coaching staff called me up, and they wanted me on the team because he was a really late addition to that Slovakian team."
oh, World Juniors. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I just thought it was funny because he's like, "Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be there," you know.
And yeah, and then and then all of a sudden he's playing in like some of the biggest hockey games for his country. That's awesome.
Exactly. Uh, it's hilarious, man. I think the most impressive speaker out of this group today was Oliver Moore. From the U.S. National Development Program
Yeah.
team. Super impressive, man. I mean, who was a pretty good speaker back then, or even last year, like Connor Murphy.
Yeah, he's always a great quote.
He's a great speaker, man. In the locker room during press conferences, anywhere. All Oliver Moore is really smooth, man.
Nice.
Yeah, and a little tidbit on Oliver. He's going to Minnesota next year, right?
Right.
And he is going to be roommates with Hawks prospect Sam Renzel.
Yo, playing, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Hawks legend Sam Renzel.
that's great, man.
Yeah.
Just the chemistry is 100%, man. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. They're going to have that chemistry, fluidity in
Mhm.
college in the developmental years, and then they're going to come to the Blackhawks and they're just going to pick right where they left off. That's awesome.
Exactly, man. That's what I loved about the Thunderbirds because Doc was there, Colton Doc, Nolan
Yeah.
Allen
Yep.
joined Korchinski,
Exactly.
right? And then they released that. It's like behind the scenes, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're hanging out. You know, they're just like, dude, just three best friends. It's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. That'd
Hmm.
be so cool to be playing like borderline pro puck with your buds.
Yeah, man. It's perfect. I love seeing that connection. You know,
Hmm.
just going to the same school. That's great. I believe they asked Martin Misiak um, how his transition was to the USHL because he was playing in Slovakia, I believe, before that, and he said it was pretty tough. You know, just adjusting to our type of game here.
Yeah.
Um,
It's much smaller ice. Yeah, so much less
r-
time.
right, and you know, like I said last video, it's impressive for the foreign players, man. When they really contribute like that, you know, at that age, at that size, I think it's awesome, man. I think he's going to be a good player.
Yeah, is he the one from Green Bay?
That's the goalie.
Or okay,
Yeah.
Omaha is it then for
Uh,
the USHL,
I
Misiak?
I think it was. Yeah.
Dude,
Yep.
getting used to going from Slovakia to Omaha, Nebraska, I think would
Hmm.
be a huge, huge change. So,
Yeah.
just like even with the game with the smaller ice, but
Hmm.
like also like just culturally, that's got to be pretty different. So good
Yeah,
for
man.
him making that jump at such a young age.
Hmm. Yeah, it's definitely impressive, man. Um, and it was one of the like the later questions, you know, sort of wrapping up the press conference, but I forgot which reporter it was. She asked the panel, right, or mainly Connor Bedard, what it would be like to to bring a cup back to the Hawks, and Oliver Moore just stepped in before Connor got the mic, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, well, we haven't signed our contracts yet, you know, but that's why we're here. You know,
Yeah.
we're all working towards that goal because that's the ultimate goal."
That's so funny. It's like, hey, yo, like chill for a sec. Like we haven't stepped foot in here,
Hmm.
stepped a skate on the ice. So like, let's chill about cups.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I would bring up that question to them, but you know, she just wanted to try it out, just see what they thought of it. Yeah, and of course they're gonna say, yeah, that's the goal, is to
Yeah.
is to win a cup here. You know.
Yeah, you can, like poke and prod them a little bit just to see what kind of players there's people they are, like, oh hey, like let's win a cup. And he's like, yo, guys, let's think about this logically. He could be like, yeah, man, I guarantee it. Like pull a
Hmm.
Mark Messier and be like, dude, kid, chill.
Yeah, man. Um. So they wrapped up basically with the reporters. I think it was on that question, and then they had a few like local hockey team players, kids, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a few girls, a few boys, just asking them like, "Oh, why you pick your number here? Like Connor's n-
Yeah.
98. So he's like, oh yeah, I just had it as a kid, and no one wears it in the NHL, so might as well keep it. Obviously he's gonna keep that number.
Right. I
Yeah,
know, like in the NFL and football, they have a number system, and it's like
yeah,
you cannot go past this if you're this position. So it's like funny, just like if he played a different sport, Connor Bedard could not have his number.
right.
Just go back to 16, Marcus Kruger. It's not a big deal.
Yep. His World Juniors number was 16. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
hmm Yeah, but I'm glad it's 98, man. Just one below Gretzky and one above McDavid, man. Just keep it there.
right there you go.
Right there. Right in the middle, that would be great.
Right in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's he's calling his own shots.
exactly, man. Super awesome having him here, man. Just all the guys, man. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I was hearing, I was checking some or draft grades
hmm
from like the Athletic or Jeff Merrick show and
hmm
32 Thoughts and everything, and they were talking about Lardis actually,
Yeah.
saying how like he was a steal at
hmm
that position. So they people seem to be favorable on and high on the draft capital that we have gained. So I'm super stoked about that. But
hmm
the ultimate prize, Bedard season, baby. That's so cool.
Exactly.
Feels great.
hmm And I think that's a good point that you brought up, man, about Lardis. Because the year that we drafted Kane, right, at number one, he was the only player to really stick from that draft class. And of course, like that's the best pick that you can have, right? I mean, 3 cups and all the awards. But it's a good thing that we're getting some recognition. Maybe we could get some steals, more, and third, fourth round picks. That would be great, man. Just to add with Connor, it would be awesome.
Yeah, the waves of talent that are going to be coming in are
hmm
going to be really, really choice and spread out evenly and nicely. And it's going to be continued success from here on out. So
hmm
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, man. That's the goal. Yeah, just sustain success. Just keep it.
Nice. Yeah.
hmm
And tomorrow, July 1st, free agency.
hmm
And
I
so you said
Yeah.
you wanted to go over some UFAs, maybe the Hawks that could
hmm
pluck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So free agency opens at 11 a.m. I believe, Central Time.
All right.
I believe Ben Pope released that time, so I'm pretty sure it's official. 11
Nice.
a.m. Yeah, so around noontime. But yeah, so obviously the Hawks aren't going to be super busy tomorrow or throughout free agency because I think the roster's all already pretty set.
I
On the
concur.
right, with wingers, with defensemen, whether we're keeping up like Vlasic, Isaac Phillips, or if we're kicking up Kaiser for a few games, I think we have an abundance of D men, right?
Left side especially.
Yeah, especially left side. Yeah, but if I'm the Hawks tomorrow, I think we do sign a goalie and one center. Like mainly a veteran, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the one name at center that I was looking at, because how long do you expect? Let's say like Tyler Johnson, Reese Johnson, right, or Jason Dickinson. So both uh, Tyler Johnson and Dickinson, they're a little on the older side, and Tyler's already shown that his durability isn't what it used to be. You know,
Yeah, I think him playing through that wrist injury in
right?
the 15 Cup final, I think that was very detrimental to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he had the same exact surgery that Jack Eichel had,
Mhm.
ADR, artificial disc replacement.
Yeah.
And I think now with a full off season for him to go to the gym and work
Mhm.
out and not be in pain, I think you're gonna see a little bit of a boost. I
Mhm.
think his veteran presence and leadership is also very, very valuable.
Mhm.
Jason Dickinson also, I want to say he's yeah, like 31. I think he ran into a little bit of injury trouble as well. So
Yeah.
same thing. We got a nice long off season reset, come back. I like the
Mhm.
way he plays. He's a little hard nosed and
Mhm.
he's pretty quick. So I like those guys.
Right.
And but like you're sitting in the bottom six, and the Hawks have this abundance of bottom six forwards.
Exactly.
Your
Yep.
Blackwell, your Reese Johnson, your Mackenzie Entwistle.
Mhm.
Um, so like those, like I could see right now I've got like the fourth line being like Boris Kachu, Nick Foligno, and
Mhm.
Corey Perry, and I think the Corey Perry Boris Kachu a synergy from playing at the Lightning together.
Mhm.
I think they were there at the same time. I could
Yeah.
be wrong. Um, I think they like in that system at least. I think that familiarity with that might work out pretty well.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens with Foligno, pure defensive guy and everything, but good leadership and veteran presence. So
Right.
those bottom six are pretty much interchangeable
Mhm.
all the time. So
Exactly.
maybe get a nice bottom six guy. I saw
Mhm.
like the Kraken aren't going to tenure Daniel Sprong if you wanted a
Mhm.
little bit of an offensive option.
Yeah. Or along with Sprong, they're also not going to offer uh Morgan Geeky.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
dude,
and
he's a big crash and banger, good
yeah,
energy.
he's like 6'4", man.
Wow,
And I
might be a good option.
right, and I think he's still young, like what, like 23, 24?
Wow, that sounds
Yeah.
like a bag fumble.
Uh, I was surprised when I saw that name because when the team was created, right, the Kraken, they took Morgan Geeky from I forgot what team it was, but
Carolina, maybe.
it might have been, it might have been. Yeah, but super impressive, man. Just the size and like speed. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, man.
he
And
is quick.
yeah, and he's still on the younger side. So, do you take a shot on him like the Sabres took with Tage Thompson? And they acquired him while he was still young. Um, and he obviously turned out to be a pretty good player right now.
Like Diet Mario Lemieux right now. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, that was that
Hmm.
Ryan O'Reilly trade from Buffalo. That's
Exactly.
what a that's crazy how things worked out like that.
Yep. Yeah, so the one name for center, for a depth center, whether he could play two through four,
Right.
um, Nick Bugstad. He's
Hmm.
6'6", 30 years old. He was also on the Coyotes last year, and he got flipped at the deadline to the Oilers. So
Yes.
we're doing a lot of flipping lately, man. So if KD takes a shot at another center, I could see Nick Bugstad being one of those guys.
I
Hmm.
could as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a Minnesota boy, so he's good. Good
right.
Midwestern kid.
Hmm. And
Nice size.
yeah, 6'6". And my second prediction is also 6'6". In net, uh, from the Anaheim Ducks, Anthony Stolars,
Oh yeah.
and he's only 29 years old, man. And they're not bringing him back because I think they do have a few younger attendees that they want to bring up.
Interesting. Yeah,
Right.
he did pretty well. I remember in
Mm-hmm.
fantasy last year, he
Mm-hmm.
was a good waiver wire pickup. People were pick him up for a week or two,
Yep.
dump him, and he was a great pickup. So that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Just someone with some size, man. Some size. He's only 29, and maybe he sticks for a year or two, right? Just kick the tires on it.
Yeah, Mrazek's a band-aid, so wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be the end of the world to have a competent,
Exactly.
back
Yeah.
up. Not that Soderblom isn't competent. It's just,
Yeah.
not rushed, but, hurried a little bit.
Yeah, like he has
Played
to be the guy,
right.
you know.
Like it's like Soderblom going to step up and be the guy.
Mhm.
I'd rather have Stolars. So,
Yeah. Yeah, just take the punches for now, you know.
hmm
Um I would love that signing. Some of the other goalies are a bit on the older side, for my liking, at least. Like Halak, Martin Jones, Ranta, Thomas Grice.
Ronta back.
You know what? That might be
Bring him
fun.
back. No,
That might be a little fun, actually.
it would be fun, but it's
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Like Anton Kudobin. I never want to see him again. Right.
The magical run to the finals with Dallas, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to play goalie.
Yeah, man. He completely broke down. Like, my gosh, you know. I mean, he's older too. Uh, yeah, but Anthony Solars. That's my prediction. If we take a goalie tomorrow, I think that would be. I think that would be pretty good. 29 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, that I've been hearing the rumors swirling that the Hawks are thinking about Northbrook's own
Mm-hmm.
JT Comfer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So 28 center right wing played 82 games last season for 52 points.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player. The only thing I would worry about is he's not, I don't think KD's doing um, term. So,
Right.
and this guy, 28 years old, you're kind of looking at payday right now. He's
Mm-hmm.
probably looking for like a 6-year deal.
Right. And after the Taylor Hall trade with Felino, and especially now we're signing Corey Perry, right?
Right.
Uh, I just don't see them bringing in Comfort because I would imagine that he wants to join a contender still. You know,
Yeah, for sure. He's
right?
still got game left in him.
Yeah.
He's not just going to turn it away.
He's a good player, man. You know, he could be a middle six center. You know, if he has to step in for that second line, uh,
For sure.
for injuries, just like Landeskog went down
hmm
this whole season, so he really had to step in. And yeah, 52 points, man. So that's impressive for him.
Ooh. Oh, here we go. I
Hmm.
forgot. Michael Bunting is available. UFA, left
Right.
wing.
Was it a left wing? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'd like him on my team. I would just
Hmm.
appreciate if he didn't headhunt.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we've seen, man. Over like the last year, he's just, I don't know, just a little undisciplined of a player, right? Just a little reckless.
Yeah, I mean, so he was like getting a lot of penalties,
Hmm.
and then like the refs were like, "Hold on, we need to game manage. We're giving this guy too many calls."
Hmm.
And so then they flipped it around, and now he's like this villain that like
Right.
is like really easy to, oh, he's diving, it's his fault,
Hmm.
put him in the box. And
Yeah.
then of course he's like, dude, I didn't do anything, and then he's chirping at the refs, and it's just a vicious cycle that just not does not get make give him any favors.
Right, man. Um, there is one left wing name that is pretty interesting. Whether you plug him in like line three, like mainly middle six, you know, uh, just in case of injury, right? With like double A, or if like even Taylor Hall goes down for some reason.
Yeah,
Andrew Cogliano, from what team was he on last year?
Colorado.
He was on Colorado, and he's a speedy player, man. Super fast, like 5'10". He has a bit of a offensive touch, especially when he was on the Ducks. I think it was a year or two ago,
Hmm.
before the Avs. But he's a little speedster, so that'll be fun also.
Yeah, I know. I see here Maxim Comtois from Anaheim
Hmm.
is 24 years old, left wing,
Hmm.
19 points last season. Um, and so people really like his skill in and around the net.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
At 24, I mean, nothing. I mean, you can take a flyer on him 1 or 2 years,
Hmm.
maybe like put him on the fourth line with Foligno and Perry,
Exactly. Hmm.
because Perry's got some skill and Rat, so
Yeah.
maybe he makes a little bit of space for Max to just bury it.
Yeah. Exactly, man. And out of the crop, I think that's about it.
Yeah, there's this. I mean, this
Mhm,
entire UFA class is really not that good.
mhm,
Maybe like some jam, maybe like a let's see here, maybe like a Zach Aston Reese
mhm.
wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah.
Fourth liner.
Mhm.
Um, Danton Heinen, 27 years old, left wing, right wing, 22 points last season. He's got some jam to him too.
Right. Mhm. Or Josh Levo, he played with the Blues, I believe, this year.
Yeah, he was on the Chicago
Wolves.
Wolves
Wolves, yeah.
and he was tearing it up.
Yeah, man. Just a pure goal scorer, right? He's like six
He's
two.
Yeah,
Pretty tough
he's
guy.
fast.
Yeah,
He's fast and he goes to the dirty areas.
right, man. Let's see, right wingers. There's not much. Phil Kessel, man.
Hey, Phil the Thrill.
The legend. How many cups does he have? Like two? Um,
Three.
really?
Yeah, two with Pittsburgh, the
With
back to back,
Pittsburgh?
and then the one with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Right. Oh my gosh. Vegas. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Pretty interesting. Like Wayne Simmons, but I think he's been having a lot of injury problems. Like recently.
That's
Uh,
unfortunate.
right. Yeah. He hasn't been able to stay on a roster, man. The last few years here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think that if the Hawks are going to get anyone in free agency, I would think prioritize a left wing
Mm-hmm.
and a right D man. So
Yeah. Right.
I'm looking at some right D here, and once again, the crop is uh, lesser,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe like a 28-year-old Carson Soucy from Seattle as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Right.
got some good jam.
Mm-hmm. That's a right-handed defenseman.
Yes, he is a right D.
Oh, I
Now
see. Yeah.
he's
Mm-hmm.
left or right. He
Mm-hmm.
shoots left, so it would be more advantageous
Ah.
for him to be
Yeah.
right-handed, but there's not really a lot of right hands to go around.
Yeah. There's not much like Justin Hall. He's a bit of a clown of a player.
Yes,
You
yes, he
know,
is.
not responsible, man. In the D
He,
zone.
he actually was signed or drafted by the Blackhawks.
Uh, Justin Hall. Really?
Yeah, I think way back in the day.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, it was Connor Clifton? Dude, I like Connor Clifton. I had him in
Mhm,
fantasy last year for the first little bit, and he was doing well because he had to take over when Charlie McAvoy was a little hurt.
mhm,
So
right.
they boosted his minutes, and dude, he's got jam to him. He's got offensive ability. He can shoot it and carry it and get it in. Maybe grab someone like that.
Yeah. Uh, that's definitely interesting. Yeah. For the back end, right? Like I
Hmm.
was surprised that we let Andres England. We let him
Yeah,
walk.
27 years old, I want to say.
Mhm.
Right D, big
Right.
boy,
Mhm.
6'4",
Yeah.
6'5".
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. He made a couple good defensive plays towards the end of that season there, but
Yeah, he got beat up on someone's behalf. I forgot who he stood up for
right.
someone, and
Yeah.
I don't remember the play exactly, but always
Mhm.
love to see them standing up for the boys.
Yeah, man. We're definitely gonna see some scraps this year.
We
Protecting Connor. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say you have to protect Connor because
Yeah.
they're going to target him.
Right. Connor, Lucas, Cole Gutman. Smaller guys.
Right.
Um. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some scraps this year. So I always love that.
Oh yeah, I'm a scrap guy too.
Hmm.
Two willing combatants. Let's
Yep.
go. I'm all there.
There's
But
nothing
I
wrong
think
with it.
that's going to wrap it on this episode of the Chicago Blackhawks Hockey Central. Went over UFAs that the Hawks might get, and we went over that press conference held at Fifth Third Arena with 6 of the 11 prospects gotten in the 2023 NHL draft. So I'm Joe Vitali, that's Skokes, and this has been Chicago Blackhawks Hockey Central, presented by Breaks Media. Have a great day. Go Hawks.
Let's go Hawks.